Mm-hmm. Yeah, I rescued a kitten. So this is going to be the ballad of how this little bundle of terror really turned my life upside down, and how this unexpected addition has caused me to deeply reflect on my life and my behavior. And I want to talk about all the things that this kitten has done for me, causing me to reassess my personal values, confront some pretty heavy things. And this kitten has also kind of nudged me a little bit further down this path of self-improvement that I've been really dedicated to this year. I came across this kitten about a month ago. I was coming home from a gig. It was late on a Saturday night, probably 2:30 a.m. I heard this kitten screaming, howling on the side of the road.
Oh, you sound so scared. I don't know if you can see, but there's a giant possum right back there. Oh yeah, but I can see those glowing eyes. And I'm trying to rescue this kitty. I've got this giant possum. Holy shit. And I don't know. Oh god.
I tried for a couple hours trying to get it, and it was just running back and hiding in brushes and bushes. And after about 2 or 3 hours, I gave up because I was exhausted and I went to bed. And I barely slept that night because I was up the next morning at 8 a.m. to check to see if it was still there. And it was. Still scared, still crying for its mother. So after another couple of hours of wrangling,
I know.
I was able to snag the cat.
Yeah, there's lots of places to explore, huh? You're very squeaky and small.
And it was never my intention to permanently keep the cats.
Don't get used to this. We're taking you to a shelter tomorrow. They're very tiny.
I was going to try to get it a good home.
We need to find you a home. Are you going to pass your test tomorrow? I mean, you need to study. No staying up late. Yeah, we need to get you cleaned up, too. You can't go out looking like this. Take some pride in your appearance. Look at yourself. Okay.
So I put up a few pictures on just a burner Instagram account for this kitten. Simply just to show the people who are looking at him, this is what the kitten is.
Oh. Hello. Yeah. We need to get you cleaned up. Oh, little baby.
There's no hashtags, no promotions. It was just an easy way of centralizing everything. Well, that account blew up. Like, seriously. I'm guessing by the time this video goes on YouTube, he'll have 10,000 followers. Yeah, 10,000 followers for a kitten. If you followed my YouTube channel, you know how hard I worked to get 1,000 followers. It's like over a year, and I was really dedicated to it, and I still am very proud of it. But on the same hand, I pick up a random kitten, and then a week or two later, I have 10,000 followers on Instagram, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it causes me to really reflect on what am I investing my time and my energy into. I could keep on doing this with YouTube and social media for my music and put a lot of work into it, and it pays off. But also, I pick up a random kitten, and then all of a sudden, that account just laps my other efforts. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but what am I valuing and what am I really investing my time and my energy into? It makes me step back and reconsider the weight of online interaction. I find that the real value is in doing the hard, long work, building the real life relationships, enjoying those experiences that you work so hard for, not on getting likes and engagement online. I've joked with lots of my musician friends that you could write the greatest song in the world, But if you put a video of your cat farting on Instagram, the cat fart's gonna win every time. I think there's a certain amount of truth in that, maybe, but what's the end goal? Is it to get likes and follows, or is it to enjoy life and create art and music? And enjoy experiences with other living beings, including humans and cats. But I think the real lessons that this cat has shown me, or made me confront, is some pretty dark demons of mine and some really painful stuff that I'm still really processing. And I've spoken about this before in certain terms, but you know, I had or have a real addiction to validation from other people that don't matter, just getting any kind of validation or affirmation. And social media is a really quick, easy source of that. And it can become addicting to me and harmful and destructive to me and people in my life. And here I am with this kitten who's surging in popularity online that I didn't expect. And I'm thinking, am I on a slippery slope? What's going on here? I think I'm pretty insecure. I think I have some self-confidence and self-worth issues that I've been really struggling with and dealing with. It's really not just like kind of like a little quirk. It was and is kind of like a full-blown addiction. And it stems from a lot of things in my life. Past traumas. What initially stopped my music career was when I got ran over by a truck and I lost my identity there. And I needed to find something to make me feel good about myself, and slowly but surely doing things on social media kind of helped with that. But I think I've always had like low self-esteem and lack of self-confidence. And nothing boosts that up more, or it seems like it more, than when you get those thumbs up or hearts or likes and you just have validation from strangers. Instead of doing the long, hard work of establishing real life relationships with people, investing into them, instead of doing the long, hard work of investing into myself and building a business or building a career, I was off chasing validation, dopamine even. My quest for validation, my insecurity, my lack of self-worth, and my lack of self-esteem really led to some destructive actions, not only to me, but into my partner. And it harmed my partner to no end. And that was my own selfishness. I've also harmed my family to no end by my lack of self-worth. I felt like I wasn't good enough to be around them, and I hid out from them for years, and I lost years with my family simply because I didn't want them to see how worthless I was, or worthless I thought I was. There was a lot of pain there, and the way to kind of soothe that pain was to get a quick source of affirmation online. The thing that I thought was easing my pain was actually making it deeper. Through therapy, I've realized that my constant need for validation and my insecurities drove me to actions that hurt the people I care about the most and the people that cared about me the most. And this video about this cat is part of my journey to own up to my mistakes and not hide from them, but to address them head on, and more importantly, work towards being a better person. And so I'm in the process of an extended separation, and most likely the ending of the most important relationship of my life, mainly based on my own doing. And just even talking about it right now it's insanely painful. And I've been living with that pain for a long amount of time. One of the things that initially caused me to check out in life was that I was in so much pain, and I just did not value myself. I did not care for myself that much. And so I would seek a distraction, and I would seek distractions that would make me temporarily feel better. Doing this was just a pattern of selfish and self-destructive behavior. And I've had a really tough go at it this year. I would say it's probably been the hardest, most painful year of my life. And you know what? Like, this kitten has just been he's been a pain in my ass. This cat is crawling all over me. I just
You're fine,
adopted
man.
a stray the other day, so.
Okay, I'm trying to work on some mixes, cat. Those aren't for cats. They are for me. You just stopped the video.
But but he's been an unexpected source of joy. He's been a bright spot. He's made me feel loved, and I can give him love. And he's a special dude. But then I really step back and reassess myself. Am I being selfish again? Am I using this kitten as a distraction? As an emotional crutch so I don't have to confront my own demons? Is this kitten unexpectedly but drawing me closer to the flame of getting validation from others? And this kitten does bring me an immense amount of joy during this very difficult time. But I wonder if I'm being selfish in using it as an emotional crutch. Perhaps I could give it a better life by giving it to somebody else, someone who doesn't travel for work, someone who lives on a farm. I'm giving it a better life than when I found it, but am I giving it the best life, or am I just hanging on to it for selfish reasons? Is this also another way for me to not be as present as I should be? To check out, to just have something to distract me instead of do like the really long, hard work? There's really no easy way to do it. I'm working really hard to be more present. I'm working really hard to be less selfish and more considerate of other people and more loving to my friends and my family. Because man, life is short. Instagram account, a YouTube account can go away tomorrow. Real connections with people that you love require much more work, and they are ultimately much more fulfilling. I've learned that I've been really not happy with myself. I've known that all along. I wish I could treat myself more like I was treating the kitten, and I'm trying to do that. Just like that kitten who was just crying and screaming in pain. I felt bad for it, and I wanted to take care of it and nurse it back to health. I needed to do the same thing for myself because clearly I'm crying and clearly I'm in lots of emotional pain. I was in that place for years and I ignored it. And that was a selfish thing to do because it caused me to check out and not be present with other people in my life, to run away from people and run away from my problems. You also notice that I don't really comment that much on social media of people. There's the bunch of followers, I've gotten a bunch of messages. I just haven't opened them up because I got bigger fish to fry. I'm really just needing to work on myself. And I'm also trying to keep Instagram and Facebook and YouTube off my phone, which is ironic, again, me putting this on YouTube. I feel incredibly embarrassed about putting this out, incredibly vulnerable. But I wanted to own my mistakes, and I want to illustrate that, man, life is hard and it's complex. I was going to say you can work your ass off to get a YouTube following and then the cat surpasses it in a day or two, but it's really a blessing because it reminds me to focus on the gratifying, fulfilling work that takes a long time to build and develop. That means music, relationships, people. Right now, I want to be more fulfilled in my life. I want to repair my personal life, both internally and externally. Time on a screen kind of takes me away from that. But I'm grateful that that kitten was a reminder, and I really love this kitten. I'm not sure if it's in the long-term plans for me. I hope it is, but what I'm really hoping to do is give it to my parents and give them the Instagram account so they can stay occupied and busy with it. Because I'm a musician and I'm going to be on the road touring. I'm leaving for the West Coast right now. If my path ever leads back to where I want it to be with my dog, I can't have a cat. Part of me feels guilty for maybe using this cat as a life raft, as an emotional crutch during this time, but life is complex and things aren't always easy. I know I don't present a lot of answers here, but I want to put it to you this way. When you're having a terrible day, a really sad day, and you hear a song that captures that sadness, that captures that struggle, that captures your pain, you feel better. You feel things are more manageable. Most likely that song doesn't give you any solutions to your problems, but what it does do is makes you feel seen, makes you feel understood, makes you feel less alone. And that's why I want to talk about all this messy stuff, because I know I'm not the only person that deals with things like this. I don't have all the answers, but I wanted you to know that you're not alone and that we're all kind of fighting something. And that's okay. So I encourage you to reassess, like, what are you investing your time and energy into? Is it onto screens, or is it into people and real life experiences? What would happen if your Instagram accounts, your TikTok, your Facebook went away? Because it very well could. Life would still go on. But what happens if your friendships, your family, your romantic relationships go away? Those are the things that really matter. Cats matter too. I'm glad I got this little guy. Please share this with somebody if you feel that they're struggling. Please know that you're not alone. Drop me a line if you just want to share a story. Drop it in the comments. Stay present out there, folks. A bit of an epilogue. It's about 4 weeks later, and to answer your questions, yes, I still have the kitten. And it's taught me some powerful lessons. I am so shocked in a pleasant way and grateful and appreciative of all the people that have supported this kitten and supported me along the journey. And I'm not just talking about likes and follows. I'm talking about one of the artists I play with, Cara. She introduced me to another friend of hers, Lisa, and Cara told me that Lisa was a perfect person to watch my kitten while I was gone. I cried when Lisa came to take the kitten when we were going out on the road, but I shortly found out that yes, Lisa was the perfect person to watch this kitten.
Will you say hi to your daddy? Can you say hi to your daddy?
I'm so glad that I had the chance to meet Lisa now because she is such a kind and loving soul. And
That's awfully far.
she has a lot of love to give.
Show off your stare skills. Come on. There you go.
And she has a lot of love to receive, which the kitten did give to her. In my community even, my friends Jordan and Mark, who go to the gym I go to, they were kind and supportive of me. They gave me some toys for the kitten, and they kind of pushed me to, said, I think you two belong together. Just having friends support me was really nice and kind, and I appreciated it. This kitten even introduced me to another band. Seriously. When I rescued him, there was another woman in the building who came and helped me, sat with me, and watched me cry and wring my hands over, I don't know if I can take this kitten.
Isn't this baby so cute?
She went with me to the vet to get the kitten checked out. Her partner, Wes, is in a band with her called the Young Fables, and they are a great band, and they are great people and great friends. And I met them because of this kitten. But it gets even more random than that. I was playing a gig in New Mexico, of all places. During an intermission, this woman comes up to me and she says, "Excuse me." And I'm thinking, yes, I am the drummer. How are you doing? I thought she wanted to talk to me because I was the drummer. She said, "Do you have a little kitten? I love following him on Instagram." And I stood there and I was just like I am now, shocked and in disbelief. I didn't know what to say, but it made me laugh and just the randomness of the universe. And this has happened multiple times since then. People recognize me for the cat in public. This is not why I want to have the cat, but it's just funny. One thing that I still believe and I stood by is that I can't afford a cat. I'm in a phase in my life where I'm going through a lot of transitions and I'm in a really tough financial spot. I can't afford food, litter, vet appointments, toys. A friend of mine suggested I do a gift registry on Amazon. I thought that was ridiculous, but I gave it a shot. I was shocked to see that people bought the kitten food and a bed and toys and a cat carrier. Not because they felt bad for me, but because the kitten brings them joy and happiness. That was so humbling to me to know that strangers who I'd never met before are being brought joy by this kitten in my interactions with it. I still don't know how I'm going to pay for vaccines, vet appointments. I can't even get to the vet now because my car literally came apart the other day. Yes, like the wheels literally came off my car while I was driving it. It's totally totaled.
Oh, wow. That's really not good.
You can think of something as a burden, or you can think of it as a blessing and say, I'll figure it out as I go because I'm happy having this kitten. I still haven't figured out a name. Someone suggests I sell the naming rights or try to get a sponsorship, which I thought was kind of silly, and I don't know if I want to do that, but I also didn't plan on this kitten having 11,000 followers on Instagram and having reels with millions, literally millions of views. So who knows? If you would like to donate to the kitten's veterinary cause for vaccines, shots, neutering, there's a link in the description. And am I still on a difficult journey? Absolutely. I'm still very conflicted about who I am. I'm still trying to avoid getting sucked up in the social media and the dopamine and the likes and follows. I just want to be present with life and enjoy it. And I am enjoying this kitten. I'm still absolutely devastated, ripped up on the inside, and grieving the loss of the most beautiful relationship I ever had. And I'm still angry with myself over it. And I'm probably even more hurt and saddened than when I shot the video. I'm also being present with that and working through it and not using social media as a crutch, not using the kitten as a crutch, but also not zeroing in on that grief and sadness. It's part of who I am right now, but life goes on. Just like running an Instagram account for a kitten is part of my life, but it's not my identity. I don't know if this has any answers or if this is coherent or cohesive at all, but sometimes life feels like this incoherent mess while you're going through it. But then you look back years later and think, oh, there's definitely an arc to it. There's definitely some glue and some pieces that pull it all together. And this kitten has really pulled a lot of pieces together for me. And I love him. And if you would like to follow him, you can just check him out at Tiny Tennessee Terror. And I think you can never go wrong with kindness and love. And this little dude has brought me a lot of love. And I really appreciate all of those who have supported me. All of those who get joy from watching him, because I get joy from watching him as well. So as Bob Barker would say, have your pet spayed or neutered. And thanks for watching.